Members of the court, we have just witnessed a typical, glorious escapade of the Doctor.
Mass, I ask that the court protect me from the abuse of the brickyard here.
How pathetic and juvenile are your attempts at humour.
Gentlemen, may I remind you this is a court of law, not a debating society for maladjusted psychotic sociopaths. You will both conduct yourselves in an orderly manner and show proper respect for the judicial procedure. I hope I make myself very clear. And Doctor, the prosecuting counsel's title is the Valyard, not the brickyard, backyard, knacker's yard, or any other kind of yard. Again, do I make myself clear?
Piercingly and irrefutably so, madam.
Proceed.
As I was saying, we have just witnessed a sequence in the Doctor's history which illustrated perfectly his almost gleeful pleasure in interfering in the development of alien life forms.
I object!
Sit down and shut up.
Thank you, Sagacity.
Sagacity? You sycophant! Since when has that been a form of address used in a Gallifreyan court of law?
I am simply showing respect to our learned Inquisitor.
An attitude I much approve.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? Sagacity.
Doctor,
No.
continue.
I should now like to present the Doctor's next frightening adventure. In fact, the one in which he was engaged when removed from time and brought to this court.
Doctor,
What about the box?
the box.
And the fact that Earth was 2 light years away from its original position?
That is not relevant to this segment of evidence.
It was relevant enough to be bleeped from the Matrix record.
The Valyard is quite right. That is a matter for the High Council to adjudicate upon. It is not the business of this trial.
If we may see, from the Doctor's arrival on the planet Thoros Beta, 24th century, last quarter, 4th year, 7th month, 3rd day.
Oh, far out. Are you quite sure this is the planet you aimed for?
Mm-hmm. Fancy a swim?
Goo, no thanks.
It's a pretty colour.
Certainly amazing, would for sea, that is. Is that this planet's moon?
That's its twin planet, Thoros Alpha. Oh, come along then.
I'll just fetch my glasses.
Oh, so much fuss over a little water.
No, but pink border.
Oh, you frightened it might clash with what you're wearing.
No, I'm more concerned I might clash with what lives in it.
Oh, you aren't going to come to any harm. Quite safe. As long as you don't hang about.
Wow, I mean, that would stand up against anything today, really, wouldn't it? I mean, that space station at the start looked incredible, didn't it? I mean, I think they spent an awful lot of money on that. Yeah, wow. And I think there was a rather expensive door in this story, which cost more than Nicola Bryant, which I'm not sure would have gone down very well. That was Mindwarp, a second contribution to Doctor Who by Philip Martin, who had penned Vengeance on Varos in the previous season, and it saw the return of Syl and the Mentors, that planet there with the wonderful colouring. I think that was a new effect, and this was one of the first times it had been tried out, I believe. I can't remember the name of the technique. Yes, the Mentors, Thoros Beta, and that was Syl's home planet. But I thought that looked marvellous. I think the location filming was somewhere near Brighton. Yeah, somewhere near Brighton Beach, or certainly along that stretch of coastline. I like the Doctor and Perry's relationship very much in this season. It seems to have calmed down, hasn't it, from the sort of the bickering that we had quite a lot of in the previous season. This new sort of kind of fondness which is shining through now, where they kind of play against the lines, where I think the writers were still writing a little bit in that sort of bickering mode, but I think Colin and Nicola sort of play against that, and it works very well indeed. We saw the trial scene at the start of that sequence with the Inquisitor and the Valeyard, Michael Jaston and Deolinda Bellingham, of course, who had become so famous with the OXO advertisements and subsequently Loose Women. Sadly, I think she passed away not that long ago, I don't think. But yes, this has a really unsettling feel to it, this one, to do with sort of mind alteration. And there's this question of whether the Doctor has gone mad, or whether he's sort of trying to convey his sort of betrayal of his friends in order to obtain another objective. And I think Philip Martin might have said that the idea was that the mind transference had transported part of King Yrcanus's brain into the Doctor's. Of course, dear Brian Blessed was also in this one. Warum nicht? And Colin thought, oh, if only he'd known that at the time. If only.